In this video, we're going to be discussing wildlife GPS tracking and how you can use it for personal use, or some ways that you could use it in the classroom if you are an educator. Satellites communicate with an animal tracker and sends that data to like a cell tower, and then the cell tower transmits the information to some kind of server, and I put a picture of the cloud here because that would work as a server that could pick that up. And from there, it's transmitted to a personal device like a laptop or a cell phone or some other personal device that somebody has to go through that data. The benefits of using GPS to track wildlife is that information can be accessed remotely at any time and by a wide number of users. It can also be uploaded to the public for their use. And the data is highly accurate and has a very large amount of data. And manipulation of that kind of data is actually improving. The drawbacks of using GPS to track wildlife is that the batteries can be very heavy and the power gets used quickly. The cost can also be a lot higher than many other types of tracking devices. Uses of mobile signals are sometimes limited, like some users said that they lost track of their own animals when they took them out in the forest and things like that, where there wasn't good cell reception. And so much of the data can be collected that storage can be a problem. I wanted to learn more about how to use GPS tracking for myself as an educator, or if I wanted to use it in my personal life. So I looked at a data bank called MoveBank that I'll talk more about in just a minute. That's free and available to all people, but definitely usable for educators. There's also GPS tracking devices that you can buy at places like Best Buy or Amazon that run about $40. The one caveat that I saw was you need to make sure that they come with a SIM card, otherwise you'll be buying that separately. The website Science Buddies lists several ways that you can use MoveBank GPS tracking data to track animals in the wild. And this is a list of questions that would be suitable for 6 to 12 classrooms. What I really liked about MoveBank is users all over the world uploaded all of their tracking data from different animals that they were tracking. And then you can go in and search for an animal and see their movement patterns over time. And there's tons of data sets there that can be analyzed and used for various purposes, especially in education. There were also 2 formal labs on the Science Buddy website, and I listed their names here. These labs have specific directions on how to do each step, but they do require a download of Google Earth and require laptop use by the students, and they looked like they took several days to complete by my estimates. So this would be for a larger science fair project, or if you had a lot of time or a higher group to work with, these would be 2 labs that you could use. My favorite lab, though, came from the Royal Conservation Society, and I give you an overview of it here. It's called Mapping and MoveBank Galapagos Conservation at Work. It has a basic PowerPoint for the students to use that goes over information and has students analyze data from 2 different tortoises, one male and one female. Then the students graph their movement data versus the weather and rainfall data that they look at that the website provides, and it has questions that the students can answer and see correlations. This aligns perfectly with the next generation science standards, the NGSS standards that are, starting here in the United States. Asking questions and defining problems, developing and using models, and analyzing and interpreting data. This is their PowerPoint that came with it called Data Demons, and it has a basic overview. It tells the students to look at some GPS tracking information and tells them that we're going to learn more about that. Then moving on here, the students can look at the map of the male in blue and the female, and it shows the movement of the tortoises, and they can see the movement of the male varies widely, whereas the female stays in one spot. The male in this scenario's name is Jumbo, and the girl is Negrita. So then it gives the students their task. It tells them that they have to look at weather information and decide whether there's a correlation between the movement of the tortoises and the weather. And also they have to look at the total rainfall and graph that over time. Then the students further move along in the task and they answer some questions about it. And at the end, it gives them further information about tortoises so they can infer some ideas about what could have happened or potential answers as to why the male and the female are moving differently from each other. Here in my references, you can look up where to find that data, both the MoveBank website and the Royal Conservation Society and Science Buddies. But I hope that this inspires you to look further as a teacher or to use this GPS tracking information in your personal life in different ways.